not at all okay. In no way, shape, or form. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. It's been a nice long minute. I have not been okay as a person. I have not been great. I have not been together here. But I am working to pull myself out of that slump. And a big thing that I really wanted to do was focus on hobbies. Right now, my general personality has really just been like, go to work, go to the gym, go to sleep. Watch TV, of course, but like, I wanted to try to focus in on hobbies and really get down to enjoying myself. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I'm gonna try some new hobbies. We're gonna go over some hobbies that we know that I already do, and it's gonna be great. If you are new here, my name is Francesca, and I make content to help us both move towards a more fulfilling life. If you're interested in that, hit subscribe. I do still have my birthday nails on. These things are coming off on Tuesday. My right hand saw a tragedy. True tragedy. Part of the reason why I'm not okay. But yeah. So if you see broken nails in this video, mind your business. Just mind your business. First hobby is, of course, the gym. We're about to go to the gym, get our workout on, and then I'm gonna get back so we can work on some of the new hobbies. See, I'm taking pre-workout if you haven't noticed, so I can get ready to go to the gym. Have not been to the gym in who knows how long. Who knows? This will be a quick one because they're about to close. But I also really love this sports bra. I don't know if you guys can see how much of my back you can see with this. So this is like pre-workout pump. Like no pump, but just pre-working out. Like, I love this bra. I got this for my birthday. Along with like a Kalia pullover and some other stuff. Really, really good gift. May have emptied out a bunch of people from my life over the last couple of weeks, but I'm so thankful for the things that came from out of it. There we go. That's a word of wisdom, ain't it? That's a word of wisdom. So I'm really trying to like keep positive, keep going, you know, all that good stuff. Very random. My job also randomly decided to install a bevy machine. So we have like flat water and sparkling water that you can put flavors in, and caffeine and B12 and electrolytes, and I'm just like, this was made for me. Like literally my manager, I walked in the door and she was like, did you see the machine downstairs? And I was like, already got it. already got my bottle full. And she was just like, that was made for you. I was like, that was made for me. It's like perfect. So I meant to like fill up on electrolytes before I left work, but I didn't. Now we need to go. I need to chug and go. This bra just fits so nice. Like, I'm impressed and like in love. Cause why not, right? So one of my new hobbies is gonna be hand knitting. I have talked forever about how I really want to make a blanket. And I think I need to start, not small, because this is rather large, but like I need to start with hand knitting and then maybe I'll explore into actual knitting. So I got a blanket knitting kit, which is literally just a bunch of thick yarn and instructions. So we're gonna give this a try. They said once you start on your second ring, you basically need to be like on a flat surface. So we'll see. I feel like, okay, so this is the first ball of yarn. So I'll take that out. That makes me feel a little bit better. I thought it was gonna be like one huge ball of yarn. And I was like, how on earth am I supposed to deal with that? So, it looks like it's tied together by like thinner yarn. You can order these yarn kits from like a craft store or from like a store like Amazon. I think Etsy even has like blanket kits that you can do if you have specific colors that you want to do. But you can order these just about anywhere, and it's honestly cheaper than buying the yarn yourself, because I think I spent $20 for this kit, but like if I was to buy the same amount of yarn, it would end up being like about $40, which these types of blankets tend to sell for like $40, so I see where we're coming from. I'm struggling to get these like extra little ties off. It took me so long to get that unraveled. So step one, because that's where we still are, it says to create a slipped over hand knot. So it shows the knot going like this, and then it looks like we're feeding the end through here. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but this is how my loops are looking, and it doesn't necessarily look right. And like they're coming apart really easily. Like this is my starter loop, and they're saying that you're just supposed to pull each loop through like that. But then like once I got here, my loop's too loose. Like this looks like it's right, kind of, not really. Like, do I just have to keep pulling yarn through until it like gets tight again? Like this doesn't look right. I watched like 3 different videos. Like I don't think y'all understand. I don't think I just don't think I'm a crafty person, because like this looks cool, but does it look the way it's supposed to? Like, is this right? Because like then my question is, how would I attach the next line? Because this looks like I'm making rope. Like this looks like you don't know, soap on the rope. And then in the photos, it looks a lot more like, I don't know, like clear loops, like stitches. I'm following directions. After much going back and forth, I think I finally got it. Same method. I just started doing shorter knots. This is 22 links, which is like a little less than my arm span. I'm 5'2" for context. I feel like this is right. So they want the skein yarn to go back towards the original slip knot, like so, like that, and then reach through stitch number 22 and grab the skein of yarn. Y'all, I'm taking a break because I thought I had it right, because this looks right almost, like the end of this, but like this does not look correct. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's something. It could be a blanket, not a great blanket. Now that I'm looking at it, this almost does look right. It's just kind of sloppy, but like I can't go past here too well. I think I skipped a ring to come out. I'm taking a break because it's been 2 hours and this is as far as I've gotten. Went ahead and wrapped my yarn around my chair. We'll come back. So we are in my office, and I am in my cute little chair that I got from a place that is now canceled, so we won't say their name because we're now promoting them, period. But this is my reading chair. And so one of the other hobbies that I've been focused on just a little bit more is reading. I have always been a paperback girly. Can't read hardcovers. They stress me out. Spicy brain things, like I can't hold a hardcover book. I don't like it. And every time I've read a hardcover book, I'm stressed. And I'm not a fan of like tablets and Kindles and stuff like that, but I did find out that Kindle Unlimited has a 30-day free trial, which means you do get a bunch of free books in that free trial. So I definitely downloaded Kindle again to my lovely Samsung tablet, and I've been reading a series called The Naturals. It's basically, so one of my coworkers put me on to this. She's like a really big like reader in the genre of kind of like teen dramas and stuff like that. So basically this book's about a bunch of teens that are recruited by the FBI. It kind of gives Criminal Minds vibe, but also Pretty Little Liars vibes. I am enjoying this book. I'm enjoying it so much. It reminds me a lot of like Holly Jackson's books, like Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's what it's called, right? A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and the reappearance of Rachel Price. That was a good one. That one got me. I read that one primarily like on the flight to and from New York the last time I saw my family. So yeah, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna So I do really like this book. It's bringing in concepts. I don't think this is a spoiler. It's bringing in concepts of the word you, and it makes me think about the show You, where you're like, you're personalizing a person, and I love that. I don't know. I wanted to go to school to go to profiling, but like, LE life is not for me. It's just not for me. If I could do that and it be for a different cause, then I would definitely do so. But like, so this book really interests me. The other book I've been reading, because it is Black History Month, and I did decide that I wanted to choose a book for Black History Month, and I was really like trying to avoid trauma-based books, which is really funny when I tell you guys what I'm reading right now. So I made up in my mind that I wanted to read a book during the month of Black History that kind of encapsulates something that I really enjoy, but also I wanted to avoid like super heavy trauma-based things. Like, I didn't want to read like 12 Years a Slave or like Beloved, or like, I'm trying to think of Color Purple is a great example of trauma. Like, not slave related, but traumatizing, right? So what I ended up doing is I was like, I'm gonna just read through like some of these new age things, because like I feel like a lot of even newer fiction books have a lot of basis of trauma that like it just feels like, oh, this is what's supposed to happen. So funny thing, instead of avoiding trauma, I went towards something that encapsulates trauma. But I am reading an anthology of Black horror. Yes, it's called Out There Screaming, and it has a bunch of short stories put together by Black writers that encapsulate the new age of Black horror. The intro to this is by Jordan Peele, and I really want to just talk about, there's a specific line in here that sent me, because I am a giant horror fan. I love horror movies. I love like thriller books, but like horror movies have become one of my favorite genres. Like, I will watch a horror movie year round. I think I spend during like the months of September until we get into like the holiday season, I spend those fall months watching copious amounts of horror movies. I think this year I ended up watching like a total of 30. I rewatched all of Scream. I rewatched all of Halloween. I rewatched all of Friday the 13th. I watched a bunch of new things. I watched old things. Like, I got into Black Christmas. I never watched the original Black Christmas, so I watched that. I watched a bunch of 80s, 70s horror. I just love horror if we can. But this forward by Jordan Peele really kind of spoke to me in regards to why I love horror so much. So he discusses the concept of the sunken place that we were introduced to in Get Out, and he says, when I was a child, I was staring at the screen and desperately want to be on the other side. I view horror as a catharsis through entertainment. It's a way to work through your deepest pain and fear. But for Black people, that isn't possible. And for many decades, it wasn't possible without the stories being told in the first place. In this collection, 19 brilliant Black authors give us their sunken place. And I could not be more flattered and honored to have my name next to theirs. So, like, that really spoke to me, because I think for me, like, sometimes I do use media as a form of escapism. Everybody does. It's why I love playing The Sims. Like, some of my hobbies are really based in the concept of escapism. I love The Sims. I love the gym. The gym's one of those few moments where, like, brain shut off, super focus. I love reading because I get to live in another world, and it's just, like, really cool just to see that. So I've been reading, like, part of, or at least one of those anthologies a week, and so it's been really great working through that as I work through Black History Month. And I just think that that's such a cool idea, because, like, I've read a lot of horror anthologies, but never ones that were based on Black stories. And so, yeah, reading's fundamental. Go get a book. All right, everybody, if this looks familiar, it's probably because you've noticed me from another video looking like this, right? I'm gonna end out my hobbies vlog today. I'm really thankful that I had the time to really try to dig deep into some hobbies. I think it's really important when you're going through stuff for you to find new outlets, because sometimes your old coping and your old outlets don't work. My new ones didn't work either, which is why I barely finished this vlog, but I did want to share this with you guys. But yeah, so I did start working on the blanket. I'm still having a really hard time with that. I'm almost done with my book, and, you know, it's just really good to embrace hobbies and try new things. I'll probably do this again with, like, more spring summer hobbies where I can be a little bit more outside and do more things. It was really nice to try something new. But I do want to thank you guys so much for watching and for all your continued support, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye, everybody.